Hi, everyone. Before we start today, I just want to do a little test and make sure that everybody can hear me and see me okay, and there's no feedback through my microphone. We do have a little bit of a delay, 20 to 30 seconds, so that's why when the webinar starts, I try to wait about 20 to 25 seconds before I start talking to make sure you guys are here. So can you guys just type in the message box here in the chat box and just let me know that you can see me and hear me okay before I get started. And we're going to wait a few minutes anyway for everybody to get into the room here and join the webinar before I really get started with things. Can you hear me now? Hold on 1 minute, you guys. Now you see me? Okay. Can you guys hear me okay too? All right, thanks so much. Sorry about that. I not sure what happened. I just had to restart my control panel. So I'm going to start in about a minute, about 10:05 Pacific time. I'm just giving everybody a chance to get into the room. Some folks are running late. Well, I'm glad you guys can see and hear me now. So let's go ahead and start. I want to welcome everybody to my webinar today. I hope everybody's doing really good. Thanks a lot for attending today. I've been under the weather a little bit, so bear with me. I've had a 2-week sinus infection, so I will do my best for you. I wanted to show up today and continue to spread the light and share things the best I can, hoping that it continues to help people. I want to say that today we're going to talk about, the law of attraction and some motivational items. We're going to talk about who Ron Steele is. So I'll tell you who I am, where I come from, and my challenges, my struggles. I haven't had a chance to really do that for quite a while. I've been wanting to do that for over a year now. Um, just haven't had the chance with the focus on other things. We'll talk about what I want to accomplish, and then this is really my first video by myself in quite some time, and so I wanted to make sure I share with you guys really who Ron Steele is, and then after we go through those items, I'll show you a short video, 15-minute video from Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer. He is awesome, I think, and that'll be about the art of manifestation. Um, and then we'll have a chat, a discussion after the video, and I'll share some other notes and ideas with you that I do and I think about and I practice in my everyday life. So, so we'll get started by telling you, a little bit about what I'm going to be doing. I started because I care so much about humanity on Earth, and spreading the light. I consider myself a light worker. Um, I really wanted to, and I've been in business for several years. 25 years. I've been working as a manager in the restaurant industry and other industries, and owned my own businesses. And I really want to do it right. So I want to keep it organized and consistent for you guys. So I started this brand. It's really a nonprofit right now. It's called Live the Enlightened Lifestyle. So when people see it, they understand immediately, and have a few questions about it. That it's about enlightenment, and that it's a lifestyle change. It really is. You have to change your whole lifestyle for enlightenment in a good way. So I thought that would be a good thing to start. I have a group called Live the Enlightened Lifestyle. I have a page on Facebook called Live the Enlightened Lifestyle. The group's on Facebook too. And I have a Facebook event for these webinars to promote these. And I also have a YouTube channel. So you can find us on YouTube at Live the Enlightened Lifestyle. And a lot of you guys here, or half of you, probably know me from doing webinars with Marina, my good friend Marina. We started about a year ago, and we both had our own things we were doing, and we decided to come together. And I decided to work very hard with Marina to promote her cause and my cause, our cause together. And I just wanted to mention this really quick, and just unfortunately, while I feel very disappointed in the fact that Marina and I probably won't be working together for a little while, um, it does end up being a good thing, because we're both still focused on the same thing, spreading the light and unity. She's doing her channeling, and I'm going to be doing some pretty big things as we go month to month, year to year. I want to do some things in a big way, and I think this is the it's going to allow Marina and I to do what we really want to do on our own, while we're still friends. That's all out of respect for Marina that I'm going to say about that. I think it's a good thing. It's going to end up being a great thing that we're going to be able to. I'm going to be able to focus on what I really want to do now with for myself, for humanity, for several people, and Marina the same thing. So I'm gonna be talking a lot on here, doing webinars on my own. I'm going to also have guests. I'll have healers on, people that can provide healing over the internet in a webinar. I'm going to have people on that are motivational, life coach. I'm going to be doing some life coaching. I'm going to eventually get into, on my YouTube channel, I'll be putting some weekly, maybe daily thoughts, Ron's daily thoughts or something. And this is new to me. You got to understand, years ago, I was such a private person. I didn't want to share anything about myself. And in 2012, I decided to start Ron Steele Facebook page. So I'm Ron Steele on Facebook in San Francisco. If anybody wants to friend me or read my public posts, read more about me. I started in 2012. I decided that I want to start telling people, putting Ron Steele out there more, and I never really did it enough. So this is my first video really in public without someone else, without representing someone else and working with them and promoting them. And you know, I've had guests before, and I've been the host. So I'm a little nervous today, and I made some notes, and I'm going to try my best to stay organized and stay on point, and really give you guys some information that's impactful and good for you the best I can. So Live the Enlightened Lifestyle and these webinars, that's what they're going to be about. Really spreading the light, putting out information out there of you know, how I'm living my life, how it's working for me, how it's not working for me. You know, the people that are healers, people that have had experiences with extraterrestrials, people that have just had everyday experiences like you guys. I want to bring them on and have them share their experiences with all of us, and as well as I'm going to be doing that by myself with you guys. And I think it's important because in enlightenment, there's so many of you out there, probably like I was, where you didn't want to, you know, you kept your life really private, and you didn't want people to, you know, peer pressure you or laugh at you because you're feeling enlightened and you're so different with their views. But you know what? We have to stay strong, and you know, it's our job. Those of us enlightening, it's really, why else be on this earth? If we're going to keep all this information that we're going through, that we're intuitively receiving and we know is real, why keep it to ourselves? We have to spread the light if we really want to change the world. So that's what I want to do. That's why I created Live the Enlightened Lifestyle. So let me tell you a little bit about who Ron Steele is. So where am I from? I was born in Chicago, Illinois. My mom and dad had 6 kids, and we moved around quite a bit. Typical situation you hear about, divorced parents. So my mom remarried, and my mom, stepdad, and I moved to Pennsylvania. We moved to Indiana, Pennsylvania, and down to New Orleans, Louisiana. I actually spent 27 years of my life. The most of my life is in New Orleans, Louisiana. And moved out right before Katrina. But even though I moved to Florida, I got a divorce, sold everything I owned, and moved to Florida right before Katrina. And still, Katrina hit me hard. That was a very depressing time in my life. And so I've been through, I just want to be honest and share some experiences with you that I know a lot of you guys have had too. So I've moved around a lot, you can see, as a kid, and now even as an adult, and I'm tired of it and hope it stops. Now I'm in California, and maybe the next time I move, the next time or two will be the last time. So yes, 6 brothers and sisters. You know, I've lived in Romania for a year, Eastern Europe. Wow, was that a heck of a experience. I really love that. And I love Romania. I love Eastern Europe and the people there. And it's a little bit of a culture shock. It's a change to get used to, but they come here and they see a lot to get used to too. Um, I've had my share of challenges in life and losses. I've lost grandparents, like I think most of us have, but I've lost my dad um, in his 50s. I lost my stepdad. I lost my brother in a car accident. I lost children. I have children that I've lost. And I honestly, I've never shared all this in public before. I've shared this with very little people, but I don't want to be private anymore. Why? Um, I don't want to do that on Facebook either. So, um, putting myself out there today, and you know, so that's where I'm from, and a little bit of what I've been through. Who I am. I'm passionate. I really care about since I was a little kid. I remember that I've had some kind of connection to a higher authority. Growing up, uh, we called it God a lot. And I had a sister who was very religious, and my mom grew up a strict Catholic. But I never really got into religion much. I was always very, very spiritual. Even nowadays, I'm very spiritual, and I believe in a creator. We all have a creator, and and I'm still learning more about that. A lot of these things that we're learning, we have to have trust and faith in. And I'm very intuitive. I feel like I'm an intuitive light worker. I'm here for a reason to spread the light, to spread all the information I can. That includes information about myself and what I'm going through. And I have been developing, amassing wisdom for positive change, is the way I like to say it, for many years now. So I was saying, as a kid, I remember growing up. Even at 10 years old, I'd be watching the news. I try not to watch the news too much anymore, but I want to know what's going on a little bit. Um, but I'd be watching the news as 10 years old, as a teenager, as in my 20s, and it always upset me. I'm still today. I know what's behind it more today, but back then you don't. And I remember being very passionate and compassionate about changing the world, like wanting to make a positive impact in this world and make positive change. I've always felt that way, and I feel that way more strongly as I've grown into an adult. And um, so every time I see something unfair on the news, and something completely ridiculous, and a new law coming out from people who were privileged, and they've never had a chance, they've never experienced what a lot of us who haven't been handed everything have experienced. I can tell you, I've had to work for everything that I want and need. Nothing in my life, for the most part, nothing's come easy to me. So it's been a struggle, and I've learned a lot of lessons, and I hope that I can now go more public and really share myself with you all and the world, and do some really great things together, to make a positive, impactful change in this world and unify people, end hate, end greed. Um, And something I've really been thinking about I'd say it's been on my mind off and on in a way I didn't know over the last 10 or 20 years, but I really think we need to end the need for money. So I think that would change a lot of things. A lot of people that are going the wrong direction, kind of bad people right now I think it would even change them for the better. Um, Money makes desperate people do a lot of wrong things, and while you have to take responsibility for your actions, there are some things in this world we are so controlled on that it's tough. It's tough to live a life on Earth. So I think that's probably enough about me. I think you have a pretty good idea about me, and what I want to accomplish is like I said, I want to change things, make positive changes here on Earth for humanity, for Earth and humans on Earth. I believe we're spiritual beings living a human experience. I don't believe we ever die. There's no such thing as death. You leave the body. Everybody's sad, but yeah, you never die. We never die. Um, I want to end the greed, the hate, the extremism. I want to end the need for money, and that's a good start. Um, I do I do eventually want to put a committee together with me for Live the Enlightened Lifestyle. So some of you guys, after this is over today, you could find me on Facebook and write me. My email is also here. My personal email, Ron Steele, Ron K. Steele at gmail.com is here somewhere on the webinar system. You'll see it there. And I want to start a committee that what we're going to do is we're going to end up putting a network of 5,000 light workers together. And we're gonna figure out together. I have some ideas we'll talk about on another webinar, but I have some ideas of what we're going to do. But imagine just starting with a committee, growing to 5,000 light workers throughout the world. I already connect with about 30 to 40% of my viewers and the people that I have, my friends and brothers and sisters here on Webinar Jam and Facebook and other social media. 30 to 40% of you guys are from Europe and Canada, and the rest from the US and other countries. So we have a great reach and a great potential to make some changes. Can you imagine what 5,000 and then maybe 10, 20, and 50,000 people can do? The changes we can make positively. I don't want to go out and cause a ruckus and picket and strike and do things in a negative way. No, I want to do things in a positive way. But 5 to 50,000 people, enlightened light workers, a network of us, can make senators and governors and other representatives' phones ring off the hook. We can go to the Senate in Washington, D.C. and other places and really make some positive changes. So that's a lot about me, and we're 23 minutes into it here. So what I want to do now with you guys is I'm not going to. I haven't had my chat on, so we're not going to have a lot of Q&A today. I want to show you a video for the art of manifestation that has to do with the law of attraction. Wayne Dyer is absolutely awesome. So I'm going to show you that video now. Then after that, I'll go ahead and have some of you guys who want to share your video and your audio with everyone. I'll have you press that button that says ask to be a presenter, and then you can do that, and we'll have a discussion about the video we just saw, and then I have a few other things we can discuss, and we'll wrap things up in the next 45 minutes. Also, I don't charge for my webinars, and I'm going to be doing some more webinars by myself and with guests. And I'm going to try my best to provide you guys with some information that's good for you and that's worthwhile for you. And while I don't charge for these webinars, I do try to spend a lot of time on social media, Facebook, Webinar Jam, doing a lot of things. And I don't have a lot of financial capability of doing much right now. So I do put on the screen from time to time for those people. I've had a lot of folks that's known me for a short while, 5 minutes and 1 year, who has asked, Ron, how can I donate to you? You do a lot of good things, light work and free webinars. So I'm putting up here an offer for you guys there to donate if you'd like to. You can click on the donate $10, $50, or $100 today at the bottom, and that'll take you to another site. Now, it's pretty maximized right now, the donation offer, but there's a little minimize button, and it'll close it about 80% and get it off your chat screen a little bit there and get it out of your way. But at any time right now, today, tomorrow, that you feel like donating, that's very much appreciated. That helps us out at Live the Enlightened Lifestyle and myself to be able to continue while I'm struggling a bit myself financially. It's hard to put a lot of money into this stuff. This webinar jam itself, we got some great donations for this, because this was $500. So it does get a little expensive. And so I'm going to go ahead now, you guys, and share the screen with you guys, and we will watch. Let's see. Just give me 1 minute to set up the screen sharing. There we go. All right, so here we go. Okay, I'm going to try to turn this up. Please let me know if you guys cannot see it or hear it when it starts. I'm going to turn the volume up for you.
You believe that it's possible to bring something from the world of the formless, from the world of a dream, into the world of the physical. Most of us were raised to become ordinary. Extraordinary is something very, very different. This is about recognizing within yourself that there's something very, very extraordinary that you haven't been trained to believe in, to come to a place where you can apply it and put it into your life. But more than that, you can go way beyond ordinary. You can go way beyond just being average. If you would like to accomplish something, you must first expect it of yourself. And my question to you is, what do you expect of yourself? Do you expect to be able to perform miracles, to attract into your life the kind of prosperity that you are entitled to? Do you expect that you can manifest the kind of relationships that you would like? You must change what's possible for you and what you believe is possible for you. But the question becomes, who am I? Who are you? That never changes. Who you are is that soul that I spoke about a few moments ago. That soul that says, I want to expand. I want to be free. I want to go to a place where I understand that who I am is birthless, deathless, changeless. The direction we take in life is far more important than the place that our ego parks us in this present moment. That who we are is this divine, infinite being that keeps occupying new bodies endlessly until we leave this body and then move on. And there is no beginning, there is no end, there is only now, each and every one of us. So the soul, the part of you that is extraordinary, the part of you that came into this world and knows I can be anything, I can do anything, I can accomplish anything that I place my attention on. Because if you want to accomplish something, you must first just expect it of yourself. That within each and every one of us, there is this marvelous knowing that is really and truly God ourselves, each and every one of us. And what is the highest self? The highest self is the self that you haven't been trained to believe in. You've been trained to believe in your ordinary awareness. Your highest self is when you begin to recognize your connection to your source, to the Tao, to the divine, to God. You are God. You are the I am that I am. You are consciousness. You are the creator. This is the mystery. This is the great secret known by the seers and prophets and mystics throughout the ages. This is the truth that you can never know intellectually. If you want to understand something spiritually, you must first experience it. You must come to know this within. That you use the words, I am, you are citing the name of God, right from the holiest books. And every time you say the words, I am weak, I am poor, I am unlucky, I am unhappy, I am sick, I am unable to attract into my life what you want, you are desecrating the name of God. You must be conscious of how you use these words. I am. I am strong. I am well. I am content. Even if your senses tell you something different, I am. Imagination. Many of our greatest thinkers have spoken about the power of imagination. William Blake said that what is now proved was once only imagined. Now think about the importance of that. If you want to have something show up in your life, the kind of person you would like to become, manifest something new into your life, something powerful, whatever it might be, you obviously must first be able to imagine it. Your imagination. This is yours and yours alone. You can place anything into your imagination that you want to place there. Independent of what anybody else says about it, independent of what your senses tell you, independent of all the evidence that may be to the contrary, you can place into your imagination an I am that represents what you would like to attract into your life and make it come into fruition. You never want to place into your imagination any thought that you would not want to materialize. You never want to allow your imagination to be contaminated by the way life used to be. Your imagination is yours. Don't let any other people influence you. Never allow people's ideas about what is possible or impossible for you to occupy your imagination. You have to be able to call the things which you have not seen yet materialize and manifest into your physical world. You have to be able to say to yourself, I call these things that I would like to become as if they already do. And you place into your imagination fearlessly the I ams which you would like to create for yourself. Disregard appearances, conditions. In fact, disregard all evidence of your senses. That is what your eyes and ears tell you. That deny the fulfillment of your desire, whatever it is you want to attract into your life. Disregard appearances, conditions, in fact, all evidence of your senses that deny the fulfillment of your desire. Rest in the assumption that you already are what you want to be. For in that determined assumption, you and your infinite being, your extraordinary self, which is what this program is about, are merged in creative unity, and with your infinite being, God, all things are possible.
I'll skip.
Hey, what's up, my friend? Chalik Knight.
There we
Your
go.
infinite being, God, all things are possible. God never fails. And you are a piece of that which never fails. We have used our imagination. We have placed something into our imagination as an I am, which is the name of God. I am strong. I am healthy. I am kind. I am prosperous. I am getting the job that I'm applying for. I am whatever it might be. I am. And then you have practiced calling it as if that which does not exist as though it did. And then you move now from the world of the intellect, because understanding something intellectually is very different than understanding something spiritually. To understand something spiritually, you must experience it. And in order to experience it, you have to experience it in your imagination as an I am, but you must be able to feel it. Our feelings are the things that take place in our body. Make your future dream a present fact by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So whatever it is that you would like to experience in your life, remember, your imagination is yours. Everything that now exists was once imagined. Therefore, everything that is going to exist must first be imagined. Okay? You advance confidently in the direction of your own dreams and endeavor to live the life which you have imagined, you will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. It will chase after you if you can place into your imagination what it is that you would like to attract and begin to feel it. That which you feel yourself to be, you are. And you are given that which you are. So assume the feeling that would be yours were you already in possession of your wish. And your wish must be realized. So live in the feeling of being the one you want to be, and that you shall be. Every feeling makes a subconscious impression. And unless it is counteracted by a more powerful feeling of an opposite nature, it must be expressed. Your feelings are different from your thoughts. Your feelings are what you experience in your body. The dominant of two feelings is the one expressed. I am healthy is a stronger feeling than I will be healthy. I am healthy says I feel healthy, and I feel healthy. I feel great. I don't determine if I am well on the basis of what it says on a piece of paper or on the basis of what somebody else out there tells me. I live my life feeling within my body that I am strong, I am capable, I am able. And that is not just something that I say. It's not just an affirmation. An affirmation is an intellectual exercise. This is a spiritual knowing within that I am well. I am content. You have to start retraining your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind, it responds to what it is that you suggest to it. Now, the intriguing thing about your subconscious mind, your habitual mind, is that it can't make a distinction between what it is that you are feeling as a result of what you have placed into your imagination and assumed the feeling of it, and what you are experiencing every day in your life. If you go around feeling unhappy, depressed, miserable, sad, whatever, your subconscious mind says, oh, so this is what it is that you would like to attract into your life. And the universal subconscious mind, to which we are all connected, that we call the creative source of the universe, the divine mind, God, the Tao, whatever you might want it to be, it will begin to offer you experiences that match up to what it is that you are feeling. So your body responds to what it is you place into your subconscious mind. You have to retrain it. So most people use the last 5 minutes of their day as they're about to enter into sleep to review all of the things that they don't like, and all of the things that didn't work, and all of the people that hurt their feelings, and all of the stuff that is going on in their life that they wish weren't happening. This is their worry time. This is the time when you fill your mind with all of this stuff, and then you go off into sleep, and he opens your ears and seals your instructions while you are slumbering. That's right out of the book of Job. And so the last 5 minutes of your day, as you're about to marinate for 8 hours in your subconscious mind with your unconscious state, you want to go into that state, even if your senses tell you, oh, you're just fooling yourself and so on. You don't want to use your senses and the internet and other people's opinions, what you see, what you hear. You want to let go of all of that and recognize that anything that you want to attract or create for yourself in your life begins with what you have placed in your imagination and have assumed the feeling of that wish fulfilled, and now you're going to practice it. What if I do everything that you say and it doesn't work? The student should constantly remind yourself, if it doesn't feel natural, it isn't going to work. As long as you are having any thoughts of condemnation, criticism, or judgment towards any of God's children, you are throttling the great I am presence within you, that is God. You can't have any thoughts towards any of God's children that involve criticism, judgment, or condemnation. We are all just doing what we know how to do, and we can't ask any more of anyone. If you would like to accomplish something, you must first expect it from yourself. Every one of you. You are a spark that can grow until you recognize that you truly are divine beings. Because in every moment of your life and every moment of your lives, you have this choice. You can either be a host to God or a hostage to your ego. It's your call. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
Okay, let me turn the volume down. What did you guys think about that? What did you think about Dr. Wayne Dyer's video and comments? And what do you think about what he said about ego? Latita, are you here? Would you like to share your webcam and or audio with us today? I can share up to 5 others of you with me can share your webcam and audio. So whoever would like to request, there is, I think it's towards the top of your screen. You can request to be a presenter. So it just means that you can share your video and audio with me and everyone else. If you don't want to share your video, you can just share audio. It'll put a black screen up on there if you're not sharing video, and you have complete control over it. Once you go through the process and you ask me to allow you to be a presenter, I will click the OK button, and it'll take your laptop or your desktop computer, and it'll make you go through a really quick test to make sure that your screen, your audio, video is working. And then when you get into the room with me here, it'll still give you a chance to push the button to share your audio and video whenever you want. So there's no surprises there. Um, so, Latita, if you're still here, I saw that you were in the room. We know each other a bit, and Tashay, if you want to share your audio, and anybody else wants to share audio and video or just audio, let me know. Send me a request. Let's see. I think we have. Okay. Okay, let's give it a try. Tommy, I just went ahead and approved your request, and you got to go through some steps to test your camera and audio. Really, it just takes 5 seconds, 5-10 seconds, and then you can get on here with me. So let me know if you're having problems with that. If you are, you have to be on a laptop. By the way, folks, you have to be on a laptop or a desktop to be able to share your audio and video. Otherwise, an iPad or a cell phone, you'll just be able to hear and see me. I won't be able to hear and see you. That's just the way it's set up right now with Webinar Jam. Anybody else like to request to share their webcam and audio? In the meantime, while I'm waiting on Tommy, who wants to share his, I'm going to share with you guys some things. There's a lot of notes I put in my cell phone, in my calendar and my notepad to remind me whenever I get, there's a few different ways I get information off the internet, like you guys, and watching YouTube videos and listening to Wayne Dyer and Abraham Hicks, which, by the way, she and Wayne Dyer were very good, very close, and did a lot of shared things together. And Bashar, like to listen to Bashar and a few other people who channel intuitively. Also, I get a lot of intuitive things myself from my guidance, who's been in my life all my life. I've just been able to understand it more and more as I've gone through enlightenment since I would say I've been going through enlightenment, and I've been living life consciously and didn't know it most of my life. But in 2015, bam, it was life changing. It was right in my face more than ever before. Things that I just couldn't believe. I understood so much how enslaved we are, and most of us don't know it, and how controlled we are from TV to internet to radio. And I think we've got a lot of work to do to convince people, perhaps some of you here, that all of that is true. So let me share with you some of the notes that I write down. Tommy, it looks like you're having trouble connecting, or else you would have been in here by now. Maybe you're not on a desktop or laptop, but let's see, Latita, I see that you're still here. If you want to get on here and have a discussion with me, that would be great. Anyway, I'm going to share with you guys a few things really quick that I make notes on that really helps me, and that I've learned intuitively and from other great light workers. So, I learned it's really important to not put energy into any negativity. Now, it's not 100% true. There's some negativity out there that we have to put some energy into, especially if you're going to be a light worker and change the world. You want to focus on positive 99% of the time, but there's that 1% of the time where you've got to understand what's going on in the world and why it's going on, and you've got to be able to explain it to other people. So it's negative to talk about what's in the news and to talk about how we're being controlled and how we're being poisoned by all the foods out there. Not all the foods, but since probably the 60s and 70s, There's been a lot going on with foods and vaccines and just many, many ways to make us vibrate on a lower level, to dumb us down, and to be able to control us more, including cell phone towers, cell phone signals, all these electronics. It all makes us vibrate lower. So anyway, there's things that you have to be real about. You have to, there's negative things you have to bring up and talk about, but for the most part, you can do that in a positive way. If the outcome, you're trying to make a positive impact by talking about it, the outcome, you want it to be positive, you're putting that positive energy out there on it, then that's great. But in general, do not put energy into any negativity. When you do, it should be just a few minutes. I've heard people, some very intelligent people, say 17 seconds. You can talk about something negative for 17 seconds when you need to, and then turn it into a positive. So that's something for the law of attraction and manifestation. That's something I feel is very important, and it's really worked for me. I haven't perfected it yet. My life is not perfect, but I am getting there. I am a much better person and living life a much better way than I was, say, 20 years ago, when I was probably much more negative and didn't know why. It was really because the world made me angry. You know, I was feeling a lot of anger because I have so much compassion and passion for wanting to do things right and wanting to do the right thing in this world for people and humanity and Earth. And I was surrounded by people who just wanted to do the opposite. And I still feel that way a little bit. There's still too many people who want to do the opposite in this world. And I know it's not their fault. It's not our fault as humans what we have been manipulated into becoming. But once you get enlightened and you start understanding things and you don't take responsibility for it and change yourself and educate yourself to the right things and start doing the right thing and always try to do the right thing, then it is your fault if you're not doing those things. So don't put energy into negativity. Turn all negatives into a positive as soon as you can, as soon as you realize it. So raise your awareness level, live life consciously, and that means living life consciously to me means being aware of what's being done and said around you and what you're saying and what you're doing and how you're living, what you're eating, is very important. I also would like to share with you guys that I've learned that ego, our ego, is not a good thing. Some people think that there's a reason for it to be there, and that may be true. I'm still learning about it, but I can tell you, ego for the most part is not good. But what I learned from that negativity is something positive, and ego teaches us how not to be. Feel how you should not feel. So this is my notes I'm reading to you exactly, because when something inspiration hits me and intuitively get information in me, when I really get something, because as humans we really, the only way we understand all this stuff is when bam, we really get it. So these are some notes of mine that I look at every single day from the some time throughout the years when I've really gotten something, I really understood it. So I hope it could help some of you guys out there. It looks like Tommy still can't get in. He's probably on a cell phone. But anyway, again, ego teaches us how not to be. Do you understand that? Feel how you should not feel. So when you get angry, when someone's doing something you don't like, or someone's talking to you in a way you don't like, or your husband or wife or girlfriend or mother or father or brother or sister is doing something you don't like, and you feel that ego kicks in and you want to respond to them in an angry, negative way, that's ego telling you that's not the way that you should feel. It's a little bit of a twist on it. I never thought that before. So so I think that's really important. It works for me. So I raised my awareness level and my conscious level to where every time I start to feel something that does not feel good, That's my ego telling me, see, Ron, this is exactly the way that you should not be feeling, and you should not respond to that negativity. So let that feeling go. Acknowledge it, feel it for a moment. Don't act on it. Acknowledge it. Let it go. Let go of your ego. And then I wrote some things here to know your self-worth. It's very important to know that everybody else is not better than us, than you. So a vibrational match. In order to attract what you want in your life, for you or for someone else, you have to be of a vibrational match to it. You have to feel and show perfect love for it, or let's just say love for it. You have to feel and imagine and think about all the time love for what you want, not what you don't want. So think about what really matters to you. What do you wake up thinking about? What do you think about most during the day or at night before you go to bed? Who and what do you think about when your mind wanders? That's where your heart is. That's what I've realized. That's where your heart is. So think about that. After this webinar, sit down, have a pen and paper nearby, and just really relax, meditate a bit, and think about, man, what do I think about the most in my life? What is it that's always on my mind? And I don't mean the negative stuff, but it's the positive stuff. It's the stuff when you figure out what it is that you're always positive about, positively thinking about, it's always on your mind. That is what you're most passionate about. It's what excites you. So figure out what excites you, and then put as much good positive energy into it as you can, and that will be manifested into your life. It's not easy to do. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on myself. But darn it, I really care about learning. Anybody that really knows me will tell you that I'm on the internet researching, and I'm listening to Tony Robbins and other people. I've been listening to Tony Robbins off and on for 20 years, and so I really like self-help things. I love to improve myself, and that's what I meant earlier when I said I've been amassing wisdom. I didn't know it. I just realize it now. That I've been amassing wisdom for all of my life, and I want to do something good, the best I can for the world, for humanity, for the earth. And that's something else. I used to be really patriotic when I was a kid, and I still am, but it's not all about, the United States. It's about the world. It's, we're all the same, wherever we come from, wherever we were born, wherever we live now, whatever color or race or national origin we are, or male, female, what have you, we still come. We're all one. We come from the same mold, and I'm glad that I've really figured that out and learned that. So I want to help do my part as a light worker for everyone in the world. And so getting back to this, the things that you really care about, put a lot of focus on what excites you. Figure out what excites you. Where does your mind go when you wonder? Pursue those things. Forget the rest. Leave everything else. Everything else is just something in the way. Just pursue the positive things that you are most excited about. Figure out which way is your heart drawing you. What's it drawing you to? And I'm talking about this because it has to do with law of attraction, and it has to do with happiness. If you don't know what makes you excited in life, and you're not going after it and doing it, you may not be very happy right now. So figure out what that is and choose that way with all your strength. And here's something, with all your strength and love. Here's something else I want to share with you guys. I really love this one. I highlighted this. I wrote to myself, Ron, When you know why, your what has more impact. So when you know why you're doing something and the way why you feel the way you do about it, when you know the why behind it, then the what of what you're doing has a much better impact, not just on yourself, but everybody else involved. So that's probably one reason why I've been trying to figure a lot of that stuff out all my life, the meaning of life, why am I here? And it's probably why I've been a fairly private person for a long time and taken so long to come out and really share things with you guys that I'm struggling with and challenged with. Um, so when you know why, your what has more impact. So I hope you understand that. I like to read things a few times. Also, for the law of attraction, some other notes I meant is be very specific. Some other notes I wrote down, sorry. Be very specific in your positive thoughts to attract more momentum. Be only general and short about any negative thoughts to let them go, so not to attract more negative. Okay, so what that means is, to me, that means you can have negative thoughts. I think most of us realize we've grown up, at least I've realized that we've grown up all of our lives pretty much being taught to think in a negative way. I mean, because of everything you see on TV, everything you hear in your family, your friends, at work, there's so many negative things out there. I think we spend most of our time every day thinking negatively, whether we know it or not. Um, so you got to be aware of that and conscious of that and catch yourself and start to change that and be very specific in your thoughts, step by step, specific of exactly what it is in your positive thoughts that you positively want. And that will, when you get good at that after 30 days, you'll start to attract more momentum to that, and you'll really start to manifest things and use the law of attraction appropriately. It'll work for you. When you're thinking negative thoughts, just be general. Just try to remember, don't be detailed, because you're going to manifest if you're more than general about any negative thoughts, and keep the negative thoughts to a minimum, of course. But if you start to be specific about your negative thoughts, you're going to start to attract that, especially if you're doing it consistently. So be only general and short about any negative thoughts and get them out of the way. Move on quickly. Turn the negative thoughts into a positive. Be very specific in your positive thoughts to attract more momentum. So part of that note also goes with, ask, why am I doing this? Is it for a good reason? Before you make choices and decisions, know really why you're doing it. That goes with the note where I read to you, know your why and your what becomes more impactful. So before making choices and decisions in life about anything, ask yourself this: why am I doing it? Is it for a good reason? Or is it out of fear or hate or anything negative, greed? And then accept it. Accept it and then work on it. Don't fight it. No complaining, practice it daily. Be positive. So you attract to your life whatever you give your attention, energy, and focus to. So keep your vibrations positive. Um, Part of the positive vibrations, there's many ways for that. I see, I'm not answering, I apologize, you guys, I'm not answering a lot of questions today. It's not really a Q&A that I wanted to do today. And I wanted to try to have some of you share your webcams, but we can do that in 2 weeks when I come back. Let's see here. Dennis. Who was it? Somebody mentioned something about diet. Let me see if I can find that question. I saw it pop up a minute ago. Who had the question about diet? It brought up a, wow, I don't see it now. Oh, here you go. How about your diet? What are you eating? Okay, so hi, Dennis. Thanks a lot for the question. That's important too for vibrating higher and the law of attraction working for you better and leading a healthier life leads to more happiness too. If your body's not healthy, if we're not taking care of our vessels here on Earth, um, then chances are it's going to lead to other negativity in your life. So vibrating higher also comes from um, feeling better, and eating better is one way you feel better. Exercise. So I do some yoga. I don't do enough. I'm trying to. I've worked out in the past, and I'm in a spot right now where I'm trying to get back into to being more in shape with just getting my blood moving, doing some yoga, doing a little bit of workout, cardio, elliptical machine I really like. But eating, as far as diet, I've noticed over the last year or two, maybe a couple of years, I don't eat as much meat. As I 2015, late 2015, I told you I had that bam, that enlightenment moment just hit me, and then bam, 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 for 3 months straight, everything just started coming to light in my life. Like I could see through everything, kids' cartoons on TV, how manipulating they were, and I'm like, God, how could I not see this before? So that's when you're really becoming enlightened, and something's coming down to you intuitively from a higher power, from our ascended masters and our archangels. They're usually the ones helping you out with enlightenment. So they help me out quite a bit. My diet, going back to that, I don't eat much meat. I still eat some meat, but not much. Financially, it's sometimes a struggle to eat healthy, so I'm doing the best I can. And I don't eat a lot of meat. I like to eat some fish and chicken and shrimp. Other than that, it's a lot of salad, fruits and vegetables, and pH. Your pH level, alkaline. It's very important that we eat. And nobody tells you this stuff. You could find it on the internet, but we didn't grow up hearing this. I'm lucky, and I feel fortunate and grateful that I'm learning this stuff. I'm intelligent enough and amassed enough wisdom and lucky enough to learn these things that I didn't know this, maybe a year or two ago, but we need to eat a 70%, somewhere around, okay, give or take 5%, somewhere around a 70% high alkaline diet with a 30% acidic diet. And if any of you here know and understand about cancer, that we have these, I don't know the exact medical terms for it, but we all supposedly have the cells, I think it's called, that create cancer in our bodies, but the cancer is dormant. But if you have a highly acidic body and a few other things internally that happen at the same time, that's where you get cancer from. It can develop. But from everything I've heard and intuitively felt and I've seen and heard of folks, it is very unlikely that if you're on a 70% high alkaline diet, a 70% alkaline diet, the 70% is high, so I don't even need to say high. So the 70% alkaline to 30% acidic diet, or even a higher pH diet, pH alkaline, same thing basically. If you're eating 70% of your foods are pH and high alkaline, you supposedly cannot have cancer. Even if you already have it, I have seen on the internet, I don't know anybody directly, but I have seen people and people that I do know that know them directly. So it seemed quite difficult for it not to be true. You know, I believed it, that some people have actually cured themselves of cancer. So, and by the way, I put my donation link back up there again. You go to the bottom where it says donate 10, 50, or $100 today. And you could donate anything from $5. You don't have to follow those. You can donate $5 all the way up to whatever you want. So I appreciate those of you who have donated today. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. And I promise I'm going to continue to get better and better with webinars. And organized, and I'm going to have some great guests on too. And you can go to my YouTube channel and watch for some videos. I'll be doing 2, 3, 4, 5-minute videos there too as I can. It's a little new for me. So I'm nervous and I'm learning, but I know deep down inside I'm doing this because I love humanity. I love Earth. I cannot stand, greed, anger, hate, and unfairness. And I just want to rid that from this world. I just want to get rid of this. So I'm going to, slowly but surely, I'm going to figure out how to do that the best that I can with my time that's left here on Earth, because I realized waking up, going to work every day, coming home, eating, sleeping, doing the same thing every day. I really don't think we came to this planet to do that, to be enslaved in that way. Why in the heck would anybody be happy with a life like that? And I think when people start waking up, they really realize it. It hits you hard, and enlightenment is a tough thing. And I've gone through, I hope, the toughest part of it, because it's been really tough on me this last year, and I've had a lot of struggles and challenges, and I'm grateful and proud of myself that I've got through a lot of that. So anyway, Dennis, I hope that answered your question about my diet. I'll go through really quick. I like to eat a lot of whole grain foods too. So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, rice. The high alkaline, high pH diet is where it's at. It's new to me. I haven't fully been able to get on a 70% diet. I've been in the restaurant industry for almost 25 years, and I'm passionate about serving good food to people. So I hope one day to be able to do something on my own to bring some good food out there. Food that is organic, non-GMO. That's another part of my diet. I try to eat organic food, non-GMO, and anything else, all natural. And you got to be careful with the way things are worded on the boxes. I read all the labels before I buy anything. I read the ingredients, the labels, and I can tell you the first ingredients on the back of a box or can or whatever are going to be the highest percent. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but let's say there's 10 ingredients in something, which is not good, by the way. The less ingredients you have in a product, buy that. If you find something with 1, 2, or 3 ingredients, or even 5, chances are that's going to be very healthy for you, or healthier. But still, you got to educate yourself and know what's in it, and know what you're doing, what you're eating, and just eat it. Feel good that you're putting this good stuff in your body. Even if you don't like it, eventually you'll get used to it and you will like it. But I can tell you, like, for instance, baked goods, I try to stay away from. Candy and baked goods, apple pies and donuts and stuff I loved growing up, and my parents, shoved in my face all the time, like a lot of us. McDonald's, all that stuff. I try to stay away from that. There are some healthier fast foods out there. I like Zoe's restaurant, and Tzatziki's Greek restaurant, and Veggie Grill is a good one in California. They haven't come out of California yet, but So that's how I eat, and we're running out of time here. So I hope I was very informative for you guys today. I'm doing my best that I can, and I know there's some folks out there who I've helped, and I appreciate and who appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys coming today. I'll got a few more things to share with you guys next time, but really, you guys, if those of you that are you truly feel you're light workers out there, and you've learned a lot, you've gone through some things, and whether you're intuitive or not, with your guidance, archangels, ascended masters, whatever information you have that you feel like you want to share, get on here at this webinar or on your own YouTube channel or wherever and share it. There's other people out there who are in bad shape waiting to hear it. There's people out there who don't want to be on Earth anymore, and you could actually save their life. So I'm just going to keep doing that to the best I can, and those who don't appreciate it, don't want to hear it, they will not need to be here on the webinars or in my life. And those who really need it, want it, and enjoy it, we're going to build a great team and relationship together. So that said, I wanted to tell you guys again about the 5,000 people, the network of 5,000 light workers that I want to start putting together. And if you could spread that message for me, there's some of you here today that might be interested. Please go on Facebook, look for Ron Steele in the San Francisco region and California, and send me a message and let me know if you're interested in being part of the committee. There'll be some things we'll have discussions about and really understand if you're right for it. Once I have that committee put together, we're going to do some awesome things. I know it. I've got this intuition about a year ago that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And, I don't do any of this stuff for money. It's not about money. I told you I want to get rid of money on this planet, the need for it. I want to get rid of it. But I do need, like anybody else, from time to time, the donations really help because I try to put it, right back into my light work, and try to do some really good things the best I can. But just let me leave you with this. As far as people banding together, unity, okay? We can break, just think about it this way. We can break one pencil, right? Any one of us can take a pencil, even a kid, and put it in our hands and break it. But if you put 10 or 20 pencils in your hand together like this, and you try your hardest to break them, you can't. You can't break it. So I hope that wasn't too silly of a thing to use, but really think about that, how that means, and what that means, and how important it is that individually we can make decisions or do things which alone can challenge us or even break us, but collectively, sticking together, we cannot be broken. So that is my point with that. So so that said, I really want to build a strong network of light workers throughout the world, worldwide. And why don't you guys help me start that today, okay? So I'd appreciate it if you guys could share this video afterwards. I'm actually, there's going to be a replay, and I'll share the link on Live the Enlightened Lifestyle group, Live the Enlightened Lifestyle page, Live the Enlightened Lifestyle YouTube channel, and I'll share it on my Facebook page, okay? And then if you guys would just, share my information with folks, other light workers, people that are in enlightening, who you think are very passionate about doing the things that I talked about and changing this world. So if you want to make positive change in this world in a positive way, not a negative way, then certainly feel free to message me, and let's start doing great things together, okay? So we'll end the webinar now, and I hope you guys will come back every 2 weeks on a Saturday, unless something comes up and I have to postpone it for a week. But usually I do these webinars like clockwork, 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's, I think, 12 Central Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And then you can look up on if you're in Eastern Europe or Europe or Asia, you can look up Australia. I have some people from Australia. You can look up what your time zone is. Simply Google the time zone chart, okay? And I have some of that information on my my Facebook event page. So I'll be here again on April 1st. All right, 2 weeks from today is actually April 1st. And I'm not sure what we'll be discussing then, but look for on my all of my social media, you can look for what's going to be next. And we will have some Q&A, some discussion. I know I didn't answer a lot of questions today, and we didn't have anybody to share their webcam and audio today, but we will. And I really appreciate you guys coming. I love you all. Namaste. And I'm going to send you guys a page here, a link to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys will go check it out. That should have, I just redirected you, a new page should have opened in your browser to show you my, instead of sending you a link here, to show you my YouTube channel. Okay, you guys. Thanks for bearing with me while I'm sick here trying to get through my first webinar. Take care. I really love you guys. Appreciate you coming, and let's do some great things together. Okay, that's really what this is about. Let's just do some great things together and do everything from your heart, from love. Do everything with good intentions. All right. Talk to you guys soon. See you in 2 weeks.